Hi, my name is Sarah Kassan, and I did my project on Embrace Washington. So they are a small local agency here in Spokane. They have two mission statements. One is blessing the lives of children in foster care one child at a time, and the second one is partnering with our community to impact children in foster care. As you can see, they're very small. They only have 2 employees right now, but they do have a broad network of agencies and groups they work with, including foster families, foster children, and other nonprofits. They do work in an open environment, an open system structure, so they are receptive to their environment and they seek information from their environment. And they do adopt ideas from outside entities, and they do really serve those entities and the foster children and the foster families. So they do come from a new public management standpoint, so really serving, not steering or rowing, and they seek input and value people. So they do also kind of operate on a contingency theory basis, so flexible with the environment as it changes, and willing to adapt to whatever different agencies need or whatever the foster families need. They are pretty much willing to provide. Although they do have some services that they offer that are regular, like welcome boxes to children who are new to foster care and duffel bags. So there are some established programs they have, but they are always looking for new ideas and implementing new ideas to serve that community. So for the future, they do intend to grow, and I took some quotes directly from my interviews. They want to increase their branding, and they would like more funding for new projects and existing projects, and they do acknowledge that 5 years from now they'll probably be totally different since they're so young and so small. So to fit this agency, I constructed a controlled chaos theory. So this theory really encourages creativity, so it doesn't close off the agency, but it also provides some structure, so borrowing from the classical theorists of maybe a good way to do certain jobs, like the programs they do implement and want to hang on to long term, providing some structure to those, and really training up that staff to keep those programs going. And then there's a third element that provides checks against stagnation of programs they have implemented, and then making sure that the ideas that are coming in from the environment aren't outlandish or hurt the agency in some way. So now in the future, so now there's one administrator, one office staff member. They use volunteers and they have a board. For the future, I'm proposing adding 3 teams, and this will be part of the contingency or the controlled chaos theory. So this is the team structure to control this chaos. So home-based team. This team is responsible for the programs that they're doing and have implemented. So they would identify best practices for programs and sustainability and provide training for the jobs that they do have. The innovation team is to work with the community and feed on the environment, and identify needs in the community, but at the same time still borrowing from maybe the one best way or some best ways to be a good networker or ways to deal with the community, and get the information you need to identify those needs. The guardian team, as part of the controlled chaos structure, would be the gut check team. So these guys really provide a check and balance against the potentially stagnation of existing programs and against the innovation team that might be bringing home ideas that are a little out there. So to recap the controlled chaos theory, it borrows from the classical theorists and ensures that an agency that's open remains open and feeds off of its environment and is able to grow with its environment and the future. This theory is innovative because it honors where we've been and honors where we're going. So it uses some good ideas from classical theorists and other theorists along the way throughout our history, and welcomes other ideas from whatever may come in an agency as environment changes and grows. So really acknowledging some of the good work that came from the classical theorists, like the one best way theory might not be a bad idea when you're looking at more structured processes within an open agency. So not cutting yourself off completely from the structured one best way frame of mind, and acknowledging that there is some good to the industrial way of thinking, but then allowing agencies to grow with its environment and develop as they add team members and add projects. So that is my presentation and a little peek into Embrace Washington. Thank you.